Today we should talk about the gear we travel with as YouTube content creators.
Sure.
Hey Sean.
Hey Andres.
I can't believe it, we're here together again.
Man, it's just like yesterday I was here.
Look at that, I'm just editing a video with your face on it.
You just can't get enough Sean Daniel in your life, can you?
It's crazy, I can't even finish one. We're already filming another one.
We just got back from trips individually,
That's
actually.
right, I just took a trip to Mexico, and you?
Palm Desert, Los Angeles, it's always something, I don't know, I don't even know where
You take like,
right
how many trips per month would you say? 3, 4?
I'd say probably 3.
That's a lot.
3 a lot, yeah.
This guy's traveling all the time.
I mean, and sometimes, most of them are fly dates, a lot of driving. When I'm in LA, it's like we drove to Palm Springs, go to Vegas probably once a month for a video shoot.
One of the advantages you have when you travel is that you get to take your car, so you can take more gear with you.
That's a bit, yeah, for sure.
So let's talk about our setups for filming our videos.
Okay, great, excellent. Who's going to go first?
You.
All right, so when I'm traveling, it's much different story. Studio, shooting on Sony cameras, multiple shots, got the Amaran lights and everything.
That's right.
If I'm on the road, very complicated setup.
Oh yeah?
This is called an iPhone.
No way.
This is all I use now.
Don't tell me that.
This is it.
Not
This
even
is
a
it.
lapel microphone that connects to you? Nothing?
Nope, nothing. Now I have a bunch. Now it depends. If I know I'm doing like an interview, if I'm traveling for something specific.
Yeah.
I like the Shure Move mics because I can connect those to this, 2 of them without a receiver. Yes. Now, if it's just vlog stuff,
Yeah.
it is so hard to beat the iPhone mic. There's never an issue.
I noticed that. Yeah.
It's insane. I've had more issues with the DJI mics because I've got everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, you have
whatever.
all the gear that you can ask for.
I've had more issues with the DJI mics. Every now and then there's some kind of dropout. I'd rather shoot on the native phone app.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's crazy. Now again, a lapel mic, like the Move mic, I think is really great. Is great for an action shot if you're not going to be steady. A lot of the vlogging thing is just like this, you know?
That's it,
Hey
yeah.
guys, whatever. And then you can do a voiceover after the fact, which I can just do on an iPhone.
You can do it
The iPhone.
on the iMovie, right?
Yeah.
Using the iMovie.
Yeah, the camera thing. Yeah. And then I'll just put it all in Final Cut
And let's also tell them that you also have a new iPhone. You've been doing it even with the older iPhones.
Yes.
But you got a new one.
This is the brand new big one.
I have an iPhone 13 mini.
Mm-hmm.
This is, can I put yours next to it? Look at the size difference. I'm not gonna drop it here. It's quite a difference in size. People ask me all the time, why is your phone so small? This is a regular size, and this is what every phone should be. I still think.
That's fine, sure.
This is the size of every phone should be.
I upgraded from a 14 to this one.
Yeah.
The 14 is awesome. This is cool because it does cinematic slow-mo, which is a good upgrade, but dude, you don't need
Cinematic
it.
slow-mo,
It's more about the storytelling. It's more about knowing how to make a video.
Yeah.
Because the lighting is the most important thing. Doesn't matter if you're on Android or whatever, like.
Exactly. If you have a good light.
This isn't gonna fix trash light. It'll do its best. It'll probably do better than a Sony Alpha Series camera in trash light because it does such a great job of threading the needle for like prosumer stuff. But knowing how to film yourself, knowing where to keep the sun if it's outside is the more important thing, in my opinion.
I knew you got the phone on the latest trip that you visited, and right afterwards, when I saw your story, I could see the difference.
Really?
Like this.
Wow. Okay, that's funny.
I even replied your story. I'm like, wait, hold on, that's your new phone? Your game went from here to here when it comes to the way people look at you.
Totally.
How you look on camera.
It's insane. And I'm happy to get into more of like the specifics of if I have to do something a little more professional with audio recording. After I want to hear your setup too, though.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, for just video, nothing beats an iPhone because it is a B+ in literally every shooting scenario. Like, again, my FX30 is an improvement. If I have a controlled environment and I can take my time, nothing beats like the Sony FX stuff for that price range. But if I just had to pick one thing, it would be this. In fact, a good case study for this is I was in Idaho at this pirate ship themed Airbnb. And this is one of the places where like I needed different audio. I'll talk about my audio setup later.
Yeah, because the potatoes can everywhere.
The potato, they just come flying.
Audio,
they just come flying at you. You gotta bat them away. Yes, exactly. Potato phase is what they call it.
The sound bounces on the potatoes.
Spud phase is what the locals call it actually. And it was a night shoot, and I'm like, I didn't have any lights. Put this thing up. I was blown away by how good that looked at night. Just starlight was literally all I had. Incredible. So yeah.
Talking about light. Say light twice.
Light twice. Oh my gosh! Wow, that's incredible. What a
technology,
trick,
bro.
man.
Technology.
You're like Tony Stark in
Thank
here.
you, thank
wild.
you. It's just everything is like sound activated, so don't say my name because.
I definitely won't.
Okay, say
it. It's weird when you ask me to say your name. I'm not just gonna
say my name. Say my name,
Andres. Oh my gosh.
Okay, say my name twice. I'm just kidding. All
right. I'll tell you more about my big boy audio setup later, but I want to hear your setup.
Most of the time when I travel, I want to have another camera that's not my phone. And for me, it's not the quality, but it's more like the storage. I like to have my personal pictures on my phone.
For sure, yeah.
And I like to have something that I'm working on, like a vlog or a tutorial or something, on a separate SD card, and I don't run out of space. The worst is when I'm working on a vlog on my phone, and I run out of space. I'm like, oh, now what?
Yeah.
You know? So I like to have everything separate on an SD card that I can import into my computer in the hotel room. I prefer the quality of a full-size camera, like the one that's filming us right now.
Of course, yeah.
And most of the times when I travel, my setup is this Sony camera with a Sony microphone attached to it. And I take like a little tiny Joby tripod and I put it on this camera, and that's pretty much my setup. I also bring like a DJI microphone, and sometimes I bring a small LED light, rechargeable, and plus the batteries and chargers. And it can be quite heavy. I bring a computer. So basically my setup is a whole backpack filled with things. For this latest trip that I took, I just wanted the simplest setup. I thought of you, because I know you're a simple guy.
I'm a simple man.
As opposed to the opinion of the 7 ex-girlfriends that I contacted to get an opinion on you, and they say that you're not so simple.
They get back to you? They get back to you?
6 of the 7.
I'm having a hard time getting
6 of the 7,
actually. Yeah.
But so you're a simple man, and I thought I need this trip to be as simple as possible because I got children with me. For my latest trip, I just took this. This is the most simple setup I ever taken with me.
I like it.
Look at how simple this is. A DJI Osmo 3 attached to this GoPro selfie stick. That's also a tripod. You can put it anywhere and film yourself.
That's great, yeah.
And it extends. And the whistling was me.
I thought that was part of it.
Yeah, no. They don't make them like that anymore.
Interesting.
And the DJI microphone.
Those are great.
The older generation. A couple of extra batteries for the camera. This was my setup. It fit on the same backpack that I was carrying around town with my waters and my snacks. It was the best.
This
I'm
is
working
a great
on
setup.
the vlog.
For sure.
So you'll see it.
I'm
You'll
excited
see.
to see it, yeah.
And it's a completely different look. That's the thing. I like the cinematic with the slow motion and the super blurry background because of our lenses that we have.
For sure, yeah.
You don't get that with this.
Right.
Right? And sometimes, like you said, it's the story, not the look.
And that's what cinematic mode is for on these phones, if you really want like some depth of field. So this is what cinematic mode does. Here, let's zoom in on
Yeah,
them.
so if you zoom in,
it gets pretty good.
It gets rid of the
depth.
background.
Like it's actually crazy how good cinematic mode is.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very simple setup.
Great setup. That's all you need
for traveling.
I love it. I will say, so audio, I think, is the one thing that can be very distracting. And like, I think viewers will forgive you for video hiccups. Audio just really takes you out of the immersive thing.
Totally agree. 105% with you.
Yes. So you can have slightly harsh video, but you need the audio to be good. Right?
You can actually have the camera stop recording.
Sure.
Like your battery dies, the screen goes black. But if you can still hear it, and you put a little caption like, sorry, camera died, but you still hear it, your audience actually will stay listening.
Yeah, or you could just like splice in B-roll for that.
Splice B-roll.
Right? A lot of times if your audio gets messed up, it's like you're just out of luck. So if I'm doing something that isn't just like guerrilla style vlogging, my setup is actually a little bit different, but not that much. I always have my laptop with me no matter what, just because that's like my lifeline to basically everything I do. It's MacBook Pro. It's an M1 Pro Max, which is still thing's amazing, right? Yeah. Anything in the M line is like fantastic. The Neumann MT48 interface is unreal. It's unbelievably good. It's better than the Universal Audio Apollo rack stuff. It's the best thing.
So you bring an interface so you can record music while on the road.
Yes.
Now we're going into the audio part, right?
It's a little more contextual, right? Because like if I have, I need to get like professionally done audio, music recording wise, I'll bring the Neumann MP48 and I'll probably bring like some C414. So the clip I'm gonna send you with the super dark, no light Idaho thing, which is iPhone, I'm using the C414s and the Neumann interface for that.
She worked in a shop and made candles, a gift and wax and flame.
Now, the downside to the Neumann interface, even though I think it's the best in class and it's portable, is it's not bus powered, so you still have to plug it in.
Oh, you gotta
If
plug
I
it
do
in.
need something bus powered, I'll just bring a little Arturia mini fuse, which is really good.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be linking all these
Yeah,
things.
for
just
sure.
so
I'll send you links to everything
people can
because
see.
those are super affordable and it's just a good bus power interface that is very small. Works great, but the Neumann is definitely a cut above. Now, if I'm mixing stuff on the road, that's a different thing because what a lot of people don't understand is like, yeah, you can mix stuff with headphones or ear pods, like just on your laptop. Yeah. If I'm editing videos, like for content, that's fine. If I'm actually mixing music, you should be using a DAC, which is a digital audio converter. Apogee makes a really cool one that just plugs into your thing, and then you can just like use real headphones to do a good, solid professional mix.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Right? Because otherwise you're
That's
using...
a lot of gear.
Well, it's
it.
contextual, right? A DAC, the Apogee DAC is super small.
Oh,
it's
there
that
you go.
big.
Oh, there you go.
It can fit in your pocket. The MT48 interface is maybe that big.
Yeah.
And the Arturia Mini Fuse is just like that big.
Oh, okay. So
it's not
everything
that bad.
fits on a backpack, basically.
For sure.
Oh, there you go.
And then, but then it's like with mics, you gotta, I would never bring stands. So I'm always kind of like rigging it in weird ways and stuff.
For when it comes to audio, for me, it's also very important. Mm-hmm. And most of the time, it is my Sony with a Sony mic that does a fantastic job. As long as I have it near me, it's capturing what I'm saying. What I found is that oftentimes when I'm on a trip and I got other people, I'm vlogging with other people, mm-hmm. and I look back and I stuck while I'm look away like this. You're probably experiencing that right now. You don't hear my voice.
Yeah.
Because it's very directional.
Sure.
So what I found very handy on this other trip that I didn't take my Sony camera, once I had this microphone, I could be walking all around my sister's house, all around her patio, all around the streets of Cuernavaca, Mexico, mm-hmm. and my voice never changed.
Take a look at the size of this.
And there's one more thing that I want to tell you.
Please.
Why I think this was very important to have on my trip,
mm-hmm.
is that I always like to have a musical segment on my videos as a musician. And sometimes I'm unable to bring a guitar. And so what I like to do is to find somebody already with an instrument, record them playing a song, or ask them if I can play their guitar. Hey. And that's how I solved the issue of not having a guitar. How handy this was, because I was able to have them wear a microphone near their voice. Mm-hmm. And I could have audio as if they were being recorded on a studio, like plugged in.
Y es que no sabes lo que tú me haces sentir.
Oh, it's amazing.
It was so cool.
It's incredible how good these are at just miking acoustic instruments.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
The one thing I will say, so again, I also really like the Shure Move mics for that because they can go native to your camera without having to use transmitter, right?
That's something I want to add to.
But
in a second.
Yeah, that's why these are great because they can record internally,
yes.
which is super, super important, I think. Now, what you're using, your Zoom H6, I think that's kind of like that's the MVP. I could run my entire business off an iPhone and a Zoom H6.
That's it, yeah.
Because it's crazy how good that is, especially if I'm in a situation where I don't have my laptop. I get worried about doing stuff live when I'm in a foreign place, right? Because it's like, all right, I don't have my main setup.
Yeah.
Things might go wrong. That's why I prefer to record with my laptop using audio because I can clearly see the waveforms. I know what everything looks like. I always feel like I'm taking a risk, but the Zoom H6...
It never fails.
Never lets me down.
It's amazing. It never crashes. It never changes anything. It never gives you weird sounds. Nothing. And it runs on AA batteries.
The stereo mic that it comes with is incredibly good.
Mine, that's the one thing that after so many years of having it, maybe, I don't know how many years I've had it, maybe 10, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it eventually, the connections went bad, mm-hmm. and now I have to use the other because it comes with two mics.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
It comes with a little circle
you can buy
one.
Like an omnidirectional one.
The circle one. That's the one I'm using now. But that stereo mic, I haven't found anything, the XY mic, I haven't found anything better when it comes to quality of recording you outside by a creek. You sit down, you play your guitar. That thing captures that amazingly, like if you were at a studio, but in stereo and pristine and perfect. And you can see the levels.
I love the setup, how you can just click 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you know exactly what's recording.
You know what's recording.
It's not superfluously recording extra empty audio tracks like the Tascam does. The Zoom H6, if I had to have one piece of gear of everything we've talked about, I had to run everything off one piece of gear, and I have an iPhone, probably the Zoom H6 is it.
Yes, it's amazing.
Yeah, although I do prefer using a laptop all the time, just because it's like I just get worried if I can't see what's going on. You know?
What I was gonna say about this DJI microphone is that I don't like this. I don't know how the new version is, but the design on this, it's flawed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they made it to work with the DJI camera, and yet when you plug it in, it's not secure. It feels like it needs to go in a little more.
Yeah.
And look, you can see it there. It's not going all the way in. What it does is that any movement, and this will fall off. It doesn't even have to fall off to disconnect. Sometimes you'll go like this, and when I go back and listen to the audio, it's not even connected anymore.
That's like, oh, cool.
It's not
great.
picking up my microphone anymore.
Ah, the worst.
And so that's why I always, no matter what, activate the internal recording.
Yep.
Clicking this here. And so most of the time, I end up using the audio from the internal recorded rather than the camera, even though I have the receiver.
For sure. This thing really changed the game for like a lot of different things. Like it's been ripped off a lot. There are some of the Chinese competitors like Hollyland. I mean, DJI is Chinese, but like Hollyland sells a much more affordable one of these.
Yeah.
It's great. Sound quality is 1-to-1. Can't tell a difference, but it doesn't have the internal recording feature. So just
it's a lifesaver.
Make sure you know about that. And that's why I actually prefer the sound of the Shure Move mics. And again, being able to like go right to your phone without having to use a receiver is a huge plus for me. But it comes at the expense of not having the internal recording.
Yeah. It saved me so many times, the internal recording. How do you solve the issue when you want to have instruments or play and you don't have your instrument? How do you do it?
I am in a very fortunate position where I'm kind of a famous YouTuber. And I'll just tell a company.
Oh, really? You're famous?
Oh, you know, a little bit.
Can you give me an autograph?
I'll just be like, I'll hit up a company and be like, can you have a guitar at this place?
For real?
Yeah, and then they'll just send one.
Like that?
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
I realize not everybody's in that position.
No. There's some people I know that can do that. You know?
I feel very sorry for people.
I know, right?
Who aren't in that position.
That's crazy how some people like. Yeah.
It's,
I feel bad for those people.
Yeah, I don't know what that must be.
They have to like ask the random
being a commoner
guitarist at a restaurant, or they have to ask somebody that's playing already if they can borrow their guitar. You know, like how sad is that?
Quite frankly, it's a little pathetic.
A little bit, you know.
So I feel very grateful and fortunate that is what I usually end up doing. I've also reviewed a lot of the travel guitars.
Oh, that's right. You always carry one only when you have to make a review.
Only when I have to make, it is pretty fun. It's hilarious because it's like what a weird thing to be in, because like at one time I can just go wherever and like have a guitar waiting for me, but the travel companies always want me to do demos for them, right? So there's a lot of really cool options for that. Journey Instruments, I think, makes an incredible travel guitar, and I like the backpack more than anything that they come with. So Journey Instruments has an overhead option where you just take it as a carry-on bag. You can also check it too. It's got a great backpack. It's a great guitar. They have different models. Like the carbon fiber ones are the most durable ones, but also if you're not going to be chucking it around, the cheaper ones are also really good.
The travel guitars you are mentioning, I never had one in front of me.
Okay. Yeah.
Do they pack as small as my lapstick? Because you've seen that little thing. It's like literally this little thing.
The longest thing, it's not as small as that, no. What happens, it's a full-size guitar, but the neck pops off.
Okay, so you require an entire backpack to carry it, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Or a checked bag. Now, the other thing, like Donner makes one called the Hush Pro X, which is also excellent. It's more kind of like the lapstick. The lapstick is probably the smallest I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because it's really just a fretboard.
Yeah, that's it.
And the body of what it is built into the fretboard.
Yeah, it's tiny.
So if you just want something to throw in a bag, I mean, it's hard to beat that.
Yeah, I love my lapstick, and I take it almost every time I travel, unless I'm traveling with a family.
Sure.
And I have too much stuff. That's when I go like, okay, I'll find somebody there that has an instrument. I was actually shopping for another DJI camera today.
For that, get the Pocket Osmo, bro. That's the Pocket Osmo 3 is like also a game-changing camera that I'll bring if I'm doing like more intensive vlog stuff. Just because it'll auto pair one of these, or you can actually plug the receiver right into the DJI Pocket Osmo.
That's interesting. Maybe I should give it a try.
The nice thing about that too is you can control the gimbal from your phone.
A friend of mine, he's a professional videographer, and his name is Alex. He put a long pole, he attached...
Pocket Osmo 3, yeah.
He attached it to the end of the pole. One guy was controlling it on the phone while he was walking around, and he was able to get a shot that looked exactly like a drone. You could not tell apart from a drone shot.
No, even like in LA, like in Hollywood for professional commercial shoots, they'll just like rig those on a car because you don't have to like use a car rig. You can actually just put like a little mount and then just screw one of the Pocket Osmos.
You know what? You're making me want to buy it right now.
I mean, honestly, like dollar for dollar, if I had to get one camera, it would for sure be the Pocket Osmo 3.
That's interesting.
Right? One standalone camera that isn't my iPhone. I will say that the stabilization is way better than the iPhones.
The stabilization of this is pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean, it's an action cam.
I didn't want to use any slow motion on this trip because these cameras are not very good at slow motion in lower light. I held the cameras very steady and I just backed up as if it was slow motion, but it's in real time.
For sure, yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah.
It almost looks like slow motion just because of the stabilization is good.
I mean, and that's why context is so important, right? So I think a recap of what I think for video, because I've used all this stuff.
Yeah.
If you have no context, this is what you need. You just need a good iPhone. No context, this is going to give you a B+ to an A- in literally every scenario you could ever think of.
And no complications, nothing. No microphone, just like that.
For action shots, nothing beats an action cam, right? I have a GoPro
Attach it anywhere.
Hero 6, I think is what I have.
Yeah.
That's cool. Also, the nice thing about these just to have so easy to low profile mount them. Like if I'm doing a top down shot for a pedal board, this is great. Even if this were to sit here and float in the middle of us, this entire frame, it's not distracting like a bigger camera, right? Top down camera, action cams are also
and people get intimidated when you walk into a place with a full size camera. They're like, oh, no filming here. Oh, I don't want to be. But you walk in with this. Hey man, what's up? And you have it right here. They don't even notice.
You can even get the little pendant magnet and put it on your thing. That's cool.
Or you can like put it right here.
Now just one camera, just in general, that is in your phone. DJI Pocket Osmo 3. That's for sure. The amount of features that it can do, the amount of you use it for is amazing.
Yeah.
If you just want one good studio camera to not break the budget for video, Sony FX30 is the way to go. If you're doing, this is a A7C, right? I also have an A7C, a little bit better for pictures and stuff like that.
I enjoy this one.
Yep. I think if you weren't taking pictures with it, you would prefer the FX30.
Really?
The FX30 is
Can I confess something?
Yeah, for sure.
I have never taken one picture on this camera since I bought it.
I know, right? Same with
never
me.
once.
That's why I was like, oh,
it's just video.
I'd rather have it. Yeah, if you're a video content creator, go FX30. Again, Sony A7C is amazing, but they're about the same price, right? So it's like, you do get a little bit more with the FX30.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll look into it.
Come over, check mine out.
Because I always use this one. Thanks, man. I'll see you in the next video, right?
Later.
That was too long of a handshake, by the way. My handshakes are 1.5 seconds. And that was like 2 seconds. Yeah.
I'm working on it, man.
It's okay. So we all make mistakes.
Trying my best.
It's okay. You're fine. Okay, thank you. I'm losing my voice. You're fine, man. Thank you. It's okay.
All right, sweet.